Good morning from Lake Tekapo, New Zealand. Wow, what a beautiful place.
It is gorgeous, and we stayed in an Airbnb last night with this view that's behind us.
Yeah, we woke up and there it was. You know, when we were in Scotland, Steve had me staying in a lot of huts. Let me tell you, it was not a hut last night.
Right.
Good job, honey.
We are hutless on this trip.
This is our 40th.
I may not be the smartest guy, but I can take a clue. So I knew accommodations were all that for this trip.
Yeah, well, since it's our 40th anniversary trip, I might have suggested, did I, or did you just come up with this on your own?
No, I think you suggested that splurging was the way to go.
Okay. Well, and maybe at the end of the Scotland trip, when I went in the last hut and came out and
in tears. She was in tears.
I might have cried. It was just the smell, okay? The sweaty hiker smell. But anyway, we're not there. We're here. And there's no sweaty hiker smell.
So what did we do last night?
Last night was fabulous. It was a Steve activity. Steve has been a fan of outer space and the stars since you were a little boy, right?
Right.
And yeah, you tell what we did.
So we went on a stargazing trip. This area in Lake Tekapo is a dark skies reserve. And what that means is that there's no light pollution, and they go out of their way to make sure there's no light pollution. They do have lights next to the streets, but they're short and they have little cones on top. So there's no light that splashes up into the sky. And last night we got to see, well, it was a full moon, so we had plenty of light from the full moon, but we got to see Jupiter, and we got to see a nebula, and all through their telescope. And then I took lots of pictures on my phone because the new iPhone has this low light mode that is just incredible. So it was great. I might have answered the astronomers' questions quite a bit.
Yeah, she was
She was an astrophysicist.
Astrophysicist, so excited about space. And Steve was the most enthusiastic. There were 12 people in our little group and this huge telescope.
Nobody else would answer any questions.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right.
Yeah, Steve was the class pet answering all the questions, but you got all but one of them right.
Right.
Right. What did you miss?
Which planet it was. There was a very bright planet.
Yeah. And I know almost nothing about outer space except what I learned from listening to him occasionally. And I did answer a question too. She asked which star was the brightest in the sky. And I was debating between two of them, but the one, it hurt my neck to look that far back. So I pointed to the one higher up, and it was the second. What was it called? The second brightest star down here.
I'm trying to remember. Sirius was one of them.
I think it was Sirius. The thing I liked is I have trouble seeing sometimes what I'm supposed to be seeing in the sky. And down here in the southern hemisphere, there's two stars pointing you to the Southern Cross. And I think I can always find the Southern Cross. She also taught us how to find the direction south from the Southern Cross. And that was fascinating, wasn't it, Steve?
It was.
I feel like if we go for a hike at night, we're safe. We can figure out which way south is.
So the fun part is in the northern hemisphere, we have the Northern Star, and that points straight north. Well, they don't have that down here. They don't have a southern star. They have the Southern Cross, and you have to follow the line of the cross about midpoint to another star, and that's due south. So that's why they have the Southern Cross, is it's a marker to show you how to find south.